Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and yep, I am the Lone Ranger. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate it. What a beautiful day and a great day for you to be out either purchasing a home, looking at homes, or talking to me about debt consolidation. If you're going to refi to lower your rate, don't do it right now. But if you accumulated a lot of debt, over the last couple of years, and yet you're sitting on equity. If you let's say you made one late payment because you got yourself a little over your head, you had the money, but you missed one payment and it was $23 payment and yet you missed it. You know that $2,300 payment could drop your points by 100 points and then you don't qualify to get out of debt. Then all your credit cards are going to get raised or canceled because you made a late payment on something, and I can't fix it. So if you are loaded in debt and you want to consolidate, then I need you to call me right now at 813-213-4009 or 407-706-3313. Those aren't call center lines, folks. Those are my cell phones. So my Tampa line and my Orlando line. If I don't answer, leave a message. If I'm on the air, I don't pick up the phone while I'm on the air unless I have a scheduled call and I know what it's about. So every now and again, I'll take some random calls on the air, but in the meantime, I got too much to cover and too much to tell you. Speaking of, if you'd like to join me in my in a class that I teach, where I teach you how I bought property, mistakes I made, successes I've had, how to buy the right properties, negotiate the right deal, and accumulate multiple properties over a 20-year period of time. They'll all be paid for within 20 years, and you will retire with multi-million dollars in equity in property and producing you $20,000, $30,000 a month in rental income. If that's what you want, you give the Lone Ranger a call. That's what I can help you with. That's what the 10th grade dropout can help you with. Now, my wife gets mad when I say that because it sounds insulting or diminishing, or it makes me feel or it makes me seem like I'm less intelligent. Here's the thing, folks. I am far from less intelligent. I just didn't get the formal education. I learned the hard way. I learned by really diving in. I made it a point that I wanted to be the best mortgage lender in the country. Now, I think I am the best in the country. I'm not the biggest producer, but I'm one of the biggest producers in the entire country. Why? Because I work for a company that's got all the programs. I work for a company that's the biggest retail lender in the country. We have every program. Our buying power is better than any bank or mortgage company or credit union because we buy and sell more money than anyone else. We service our loans internally. We originate them, we process them, we underwrite them, we fund them, we close them, and we keep them. What mortgage company can you say does that? Your credit union? Yeah, but they stink. Your bank? They're even worse. They're even worse. If you're a veteran and you go to USAA, shame on you. Shame on you. You think they're your best friend, USAA? They're an insurance company. You can't say friend and insurance company in the same sentence. They just act like they're your best friend. But I'm going to tell you something. You want a better deal? You come to the Lone Ranger. That's what you do. All right, let's talk about some specialty programs. So we're hitting the end of the year. Couple things I want you to do. If you bought this year, you go out and file for homestead exemption right away. If you miss out on filing for homestead exemption, you cannot do it after March. You are now going to have your taxes reassessed and you are not going to like the results. So do it right now. Go to your computer, go to your county appraiser's website, get your photo ID. You're probably going to need a utility bill, maybe the deed and the closing statement for when you bought or refinanced, and you send that to them and you lock in your homestead exemption. Now, don't wait. Do it now. I always get phone calls from people. They're like, oh my God, my payments went up $300 a month. Well, of course they did, because you didn't file for homestead exemption. Do it and do it now. Stop procrastinating. Here's another thing I want you to do now. Think about, for me right now, who do you know that is currently renting a home? Maybe they're living with family or they're renting a home and they don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to do it anymore. They want to move out and do it on their own. They want to get out on their own. Let's do it together. I can help that person with fixing credit, obtaining down payment assistance if they need it, showing them how to tap into a 401k so they can get their down payment money if they need that. I've got every opportunity to help everyone become a homeowner. Listen, if you're not a homeowner, you're a renter on the planet. You don't even own a piece of this dirt. You're a renter on Earth. Who wants to be a renter on Earth? Don't you want to own a piece of the planet? Don't you want to be able to call this planet your own? Right now, you're an alien. You're just a guest. You don't own anything. You have nothing to show for but a rental agreement. And I'm telling you, I'm a landlord. I love you for it. Keep renting from me. Keep renting from me. I love it. But my job is to help you change that cycle, break the cycle, become a homeowner. I help people that didn't think they could do it all the time. So you call the loan arranger, I'll get you fixed up. Go to webringyouhome.com. All right, you're self-employed, you make a ton of money, you save good money, you have good credit, but you also have what we call a creative accountant, meaning that you're writing off all your income and you don't show any income on your taxes because you're saving money. If that is you, you do not qualify for a mortgage because you wrote everything off. Your bank's going to tell you that. Bring your tax returns in and give it to them and say, can I get a mortgage with this? And when they say, yeah, you can get a $40,000 mortgage, that's all you qualify for. What do you mean? I made 500 grand. Nah, you made 22 grand. That's all you showed. And that's all you paid taxes on. So I do something a little different. For my self-employed borrowers, bring me your last 12 months bank statements. I'll add up all the deposits of all the accounts, like all the deposits you made your receivables on. I will add that up over 1 year period of time, and I'll give you 50% of it is income. 50%. Now, I have some loans that I'll give you 75% as income, but 50% is income. You don't need your tax returns. Now, I had a client say, you know what, Bruce? The interest rate's a little higher on those programs than it is on a conventional loan. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we have a choice. You can either pay the taxes that you really owe and not write off everything. He said, well, I wouldn't want to do that. It cost me an extra 100 grand in taxes. I said, well, let's add up how much interest. So at that point, interest rates on mortgages were like 6.25, 6.5. And on that program, it was about 7.75. The entire annual interest extra that he paid was about 7 grand on a $500,000 loan, 7 grand. So he looked at me, he goes, well, I'll pay your 7 grand over I pay the government 100 grand all day long. I mean, come on. I'm saving what, $93,000 in taxes? So of course you will. 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 for my boners out there in my Tampa Bay area. That's 813-213-4009 or webringyouhome.com. You're listening right now. Don't be afraid to give me a call. Listen, I'm an easy guy to talk to. You're not going to get a sales pitch. Nobody's going to try to get you to do anything. Listen, I want to see your application. I want you to do the application online, or we'll take it in person, over the phone, on a Zoom meeting, whatever is important to you. We'll get it done, but you're not going to get somebody that's trying to sell you or bait and switch you or anything like that. We don't do that here. We don't do it. That's why we do a massive production and we have a lot of repeat customers, because we do the right thing for you. And sometimes the right thing for you might be, you don't qualify right now, but if you fix this, this, and this, then you will. Wouldn't you at least like a roadmap? That's what I do. I provide roadmaps for people on home ownership or refinancing. But I got a client right now. He waited too late to call me. He's got equity in his home, but he got overloaded in debt and he ended up making a late payment and his credit score dropped by 100 points. And now I can't even get the equity out of his home because his scores are too low. I got 2 people like that right now, actually. I just pulled up another guy's credit. We were trying to get it up. I gave him a complete game plan of what to do. He was at 623 and I was trying to get him a better rate. Listen to this, trying to get him a better rate. So I spent 2 hours putting a complete roadmap for how to fix your credit together, line by line, item by item. And he said, I'm getting right on it. That was September. I just repulled his credit. It dropped from 623 to 497. He not only didn't do anything I told him to do, he made another late payment on a $23 a month debt. I'm telling you, folks, that's not smart. And that's costing him thousands. You think it costs you a little bit? It costs you probably tens of thousands of dollars, because now he's got a late payment. His other cards are going to go up. They as soon as you have a late payment, your other cards change your interest rate. You know that, right? Or cancel you. I'm just telling you, these are some mistakes that I see people making. So don't make those same mistakes. Call me now. But if you're looking to just drop your rate and your payment, let's get on my wait list. I'll put you on the wait list and we'll call you when it's time. You know what I'm seeing a lot of people doing right now? They're buying more and more manufactured homes. So what's the difference in a manufactured home and a mobile home? Well, they don't make mobile homes anymore. They're called manufactured homes. So after June of 1976, HUD came up with the guidelines for how these homes have to be built to meet HUD guidelines. And now they're called manufactured homes, not mobile homes. Now, they will bring them out on wheels, so they are mobile. But once you put them on the property, the reels are removed and they have to be permanently affixed to the property. And that's called retiring title. And if you want a traditional mortgage on it, you have to meet the guidelines on how to do that. Do you know that I have construction loans for people that want to buy a brand new manufactured home and put it on their lot, but they want to do the lot and the home all in one? I got a product for that, friends. I got a product for you to renovate your home. I got a product for you to buy a junker home and we'll renovate it and put the new purchase price and all the renovation costs and wrap it all into one loan. How would you like that? I do this every day, folks. I got the products for you. What about equity lines of credit? You need money? You want an equity line? I got equity lines. I got reverse equity lines. I have reverse mortgages. We help fix credit. I have physician loans with no money down and no PMI, up to $1 million. No money down, no PMI, up to $1 million. Wouldn't that be a great thing for you, all you physicians? So all you got to do is pick up the phone, give me a call. You got the loan arranger right here, ready, willing to help you with your next transaction, purchase, refinance, whatever it is. Look at housing prices went up 6% nationally. In our area, between 3 and 7%, depending on which community you're in. So why would you miss out on that? I mean, you think about this. Let's do some math. Let's say you bought a $400,000 house and it went up 5%, which was $20,000. Okay. And when you have a $400,000 house, your interest that you pay on a $400,000 mortgage, 400,000 times, let's just say 7.25% equals 29,000 divided by 12. Okay. So listen, here's the math. Okay. Your $400,000 house made you $20,000 in equity, and it cost you $29,000. So to live in that $400,000 house was $9,000 divided by 12, cost you $750 a month. $750 a month to live in your $400,000 house. That's because your equity is paying for most of your payment. Don't be silly. All you renters out there, they're like, oh, my payment's going to be higher if I buy than it is if I rent. Yeah, it probably will be right now. Probably will be. But the money is yours. I talked to another client the other day. really, really smart guy, but he just didn't get it. So, you know, he's trying to buy a home, and I got he and his wife qualified, and he's like, yeah, but the payment's going to be, a little higher than I wanted. Well, then buy a cheaper house. That's what you do. I got to run. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Show. I went a little over.